and gentlemen, welcome back to another installment of Nightwalk. I am your co-host, Jacob, a.k.a. Nasty Caliber. And to my slight left, you know.
I thought he was on your right.
Aren't I on your right?
Yeah, but like he's really on my right now.
Yeah, he's really on your.
So now you kind of got pushed a slight right now. Normally, yes. Does that make sense, or what would I do
You
for
said
him?
to my slight left.
Yeah.
I
You
did?
did.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
you
think
said
he's
slight
talking
left.
about for those people.
Oh, I did say. I said left.
You
Fuck.
did.
You gotta
Cool.
get
Slight right to my slight right. Damn. I guess the slight threw me off.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate this podcast already. Okay, to my slight
Well, you're
right.
wrong hand dominant, so it's understandable.
No, it's left hand.
Wrong. Dominant.
It's left. That's why it's not wrong and right. It's left and right, right?
Pretty sure it was wrong and right, isn't it?
No, it's left and right.
Okay.
For directions? All right, take a wrong up here. 500 feet, take a wrong.
Two wrongs don't make it right.
Yeah.
But
exactly.
you also don't want to go the wrong direction.
No, you want to go left if you need to go left.
You want to go the right direction.
No, three
Right, but
wrongs
you-
make
but-
it right.
But
I'm
in the
pretty
right
sure.
direction, there is a left turn, more than likely.
True.
So to my slight right, I guess. I don't even know what direction he is anymore.
Somewhere.
My man! Somewhere. Big T.
What's up, everybody? Hello.
And across from me, the 6'5", possibly 6'6", gentle behemoth of Nightwalk, the rabbit hole himself, Izzy motherfucking P.
So,
And to my left, I guess this is my left this week. To my left, you guys know him as the Sensei. Everybody bow to the Sensei. He is Mr. Bunyan. He is the villain of Nightwalk, Pistol Pete.
Thank you. Thanks for listening, folks. Welcome back.
And tonight, we have a treat for y'all. And I bet you can't guess what it is.
Yeah.
To my right, my very, 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 very right. He's a good buddy of mine. Grew up with him. One of my best friends, Mr. Tyler Fox.
thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming on, dude.
Of course.
Yes.
Welcome, Tyler.
Welcome.
And welcome back to Nightwalk, everybody. Thanks for listening. We love you. So how is everybody doing?
I've been doing great. Loving life. Enjoying the river. Like I said last week, going camping every weekend, so that's nice. And work's been busy. I'm about ready for softball and baseball season to be done with because it's just like interfering with my summertime now. But other than that, that's good.
Annoying, right?
Yeah, it's great. I do love watching the games, but yeah, after the season gets close to the tournament time, it's like, oh,
Get over.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Just lose already so we can leave.
other than that, it's all been going good. So.
Tournaments are single elimination, right?
He might be double.
I don't know.
I don't
I think it's double.
know. I don't know. I'm just sitting on the bench watching.
Sure.
Yeah. I'm coaching.
How about you, Izzy P?
Well, I'm at those boring softball games. They're not boring, dude. I'm the coach, so
Oh my gosh,
it's not boring to me.
some of your players are listeners.
Do you want a glass?
Yeah, they're gonna have some things to say about you in the dugout.
Thank you.
So I'm not gonna tell you what they said.
Damn.
Wow.
I'm gonna let them tell you.
That's
face to
interesting.
face.
Oh, they're going to confront you, it sounds like.
Because they have to learn. As the coach, I have to teach them how to confront bigger issues that have nothing to do with society.
But other than that, like, your week, though.
Huh?
How was your week?
Tyler, did you want
Oh.
Can you not hear me?
No, I heard you. I didn't understand you.
Oh. Okay, gotcha.
So, my week's been good. Coming out of the gutter.
7 days.
It's been 2 weeks since I've been here.
That's facts.
So, 2 weeks coming out of the gutter. Working the jobs. I got 2 of them. Making that money, coming back. That's about all I've been doing.
Living the dream.
Nope.
Splash a sun kissed and you'll be all good.
What about you, Pete? What are you doing? How you feeling?
It's been an interesting week. Feeling pretty good. Been getting a lot of stuff done and things accomplished. Showed you guys earlier we'd acquired a new addition to the family, a new puppy.
No.
She's so cute.
Yeah, she's been a blast. We've had her now. This will be the 3rd day. So, yeah, it's been another fun week.
Cool.
How about you?
I've been doing all right. Just working. Had to work Saturday, but you know how it goes, dude.
Yeah, you did text me Saturday. Said you was working. That struck me really as odd.
Yeah,
Man,
but
starting
yeah,
that
it's
already.
Yep. You know how it is, man. They're always behind, but
Well, yeah, you
somehow
guys
they're- I
probably
don't
got a
know.
lot of fucking get it done when you can never get it done with all this rain
oh
we've
yeah,
had.
yeah.
I mean,
Well,
that's-
except for me, that has had to
Shit's been an
stand
issue.
in the pouring rain while they work.
So yeah, my stepdaughter said she saw you the other day.
Yeah, yep.
Got
It wasn't
directions
raining.
from ya.
It wasn't raining that day, luckily. But yeah, she pulled up and she said she found a new way to her grandma's house. So I'm glad I could help. Shout out to you, Haley. And other than that, yeah, my week's been all right. Friday night we went over and shot pool, or no, Saturday night we went over and shot pool over at Pete's.
After you got off work.
Yep, and then we went back to my place, Notorious G, Trey. We watched some fights, went over and hung out at Glenn's house. Had a pretty good Saturday, and then today I just kind of chilled until I had to come here. So that's pretty much how I've been doing. Tyler, welcome to Nightwalk, man. Seriously,
Thank you, man.
how are you?
I'm doing good. You know, I worked today actually, but so my week, started today, and but I've been doing pretty good, and I've been waiting for a long ass time to be on this show. So I know
That
we
is
talked
true.
about it a little bit. And
We have talked about it a few times.
It's definitely been mentioned here a few times. We're happy to finally have you here.
thank you.
Yeah, and
Appreciate it.
it was last week. If you listened to the podcast last week, we talked about it. Talked about you during the podcast, and
Listen.
I ended up messaging you that night
Yeah.
and asking if you wanted to be on this week, and we got it set up. So I'm happy we got it set up because it is a long time coming.
Yeah, I don't get a lot of time to listen to podcasts anymore, so that's why I haven't listened for a while. But when I get the free time, that's what I do. So
Yeah, dude. The summertime especially, it's super busy in the summertime. I mean, the only time I listen to podcasts is, and I have like this weird thing. It's the same with like watching shows on Netflix or something. It's like I don't ever want to start a new show. I just want to go back and watch a show I'm comfortable and I know that I like. So with a podcast, it's the same way. Like I've listened to the same 4 or 5 podcasts, like just like series podcasts, like a Nirvana podcast I listened to, another one about the history of the band Korn. I've listened to both of those like 4 times, and I just listen to them over and over again.
I understand that. There's definitely a few podcasts that I've listened to over and over. They're usually Joe Rogan, but
And then
he's got some really good ones, some
Yeah.
classics that are worth a second, third listen.
see, I'm not on Spotify, so Isaiah, what's going on over there?
Hey, you're back.
First off, you dyed your hair real quick.
Yeah, who's this new guest to the podcast?
Yeah, seriously.
Multi new guest.
Introduce yourself.
Sup.
I hate this guy already.
Yeah. He's
Machine Gun Kelly lookalike here.
Oh no!
not so good. Okay.
No, that's not Machine Gun Kelly, man. He looks better.
Who
Like,
am I?
6'5",
Dennis
6'6",
the Menace,
gentle
maybe?
Bohemian.
Richie Rich,
Richie Rich.
maybe.
He wishes.
Yeah.
Brokey Broke in the house, ladies and gentlemen.
Brokey broke. Yeah, that's a great name.
Okay, we're all broke.
wait a
it's
minute.
fine.
Is this Justin Bieber with his new face paralysis?
We can go outside.
Is this Ramsey Hunt himself, dude?
Yeah, but there's a roast session, eh?
No, that is
Yeah.
fucked up though.
Know what it is?
That did happen. That was one of the things I was going to bring up this week is that Justin Bieber was diagnosed with Ramsey Hunt syndrome and half of his face is paralyzed.
Really?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
So I seen
No
the
idea.
article, like the headline today, but I didn't read it. So
Yeah.
is he stuck like that then?
For
forever?
no, it's
So
I
it's
think
like-
I think it only lasts like 3 or 4 weeks and then it comes back.
What
but
caused it?
temporary?
I,
It's like-
I don't know how that. I don't know. I'm gonna look it up actually because I did
Is it one of
look
those
up.
things where your mom tells you not to make that face or it's going to get stuck like that?
Yeah,
So is it like Bell's palsy? I guess maybe.
I would assume.
Yeah, but isn't Bell's palsy a little more permanent
Well, I don't know. Some lady.
That's actually what happened to my dad's arm. We was talking about that
with the
earlier.
Yeah.
Her movement back in her face, so I don't know.
Hold on, let me look up causes.
Yeah.
Symptoms and causes. Ramsey Hunt syndrome occurs when a shingles outbreak affects the facial nerve near one of your ears. In addition to the painful shingles rash, Ramsey Hunt syndrome can cause facial paralysis and hearing loss in the affected ear. Ramsey Hunt syndrome is caused by the same virus that causes chickenpox. After chickenpox clears up, the virus still lives in your nerves. Years later, it may reactivate. When it does, it can affect your facial nerves. Now that's
So that is so very similar to what actually happened to my dad. He actually had shingles on top of Bell's palsy.
Wow.
So it affected his ear and all that shit. But then, his hand don't work anymore.
You think maybe it might have been a bit misdiagnosis? He might have really had this.
I think there was a couple misdiagnoses. So, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's not the only reason. I think he might have had some nerve damage too, but that was from something else. But it was like one thing exacerbated the other.
Years of welding.
Yeah, but what did Justin
I hope
Bieber
not.
do?
I don't know.
Did he just get chicken pox?
He was just an icon for years, and now he's got Ramsey Hunt syndrome.
Now he's here in our studio on Nightwalk.
Is that what he looks like now?
Yeah, that's Justin Bieber right there. Poor guy. He looks a lot different. Yeah, there you go. But did anybody see the video of it, of him talking?
No, I haven't.
No.
Yeah, I did.
I didn't even know anything about it.
Yeah,
That's
well,
right.
I
So
just heard about it today.
Well, I saw it. Well, no, I talked about it at your house Saturday, but maybe you weren't in the conversation because I showed Trey the video. It's what we were talking about as soon as we came in. Actually, I
you
don't
know
think
I'm
you were a part of
prescribed
it.
medical marijuana, right?
I just knew that
I
you
don't
were.
always remember everything.
That's true, and I don't think you were a part of the conversation to begin with, so like you definitely wouldn't have heard that. So, anyways, I was showing Trey the video, and like that's how I just saw it on Instagram the other day, and like he was like talking and like talking about what he has, blah blah blah, and like every time he would move his eye and then he would blink, this eye just would not blink.
Really?
Yeah, on one side of his face, it just wouldn't blink. So you'd see his eye doing it the whole time, like. It was strange, dude.
Kind of like talking
And, like-
to Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of. Sylvester Stallone in the building. Adrian!
Welcome to the Nightwalk roast.
I was thinking more like, hey, you guys.
Hey, do we got a fucking name yet? Fucking hell, y'all running this whole fucking wig thing into the ringer.
That's facts. Well, it kind of transitioned. That was just a good one. That was just a good one.
I knew I shouldn't have put the damn thing on.
It gave us something to talk about.
Yeah,
sure
yeah.
did.
Good conversation.
Man,
At least
that
we had
smells
fun.
pretty good. So, what are you smoking?
It's a Kentucky Fire Cured Sweet.
Kentucky Fires.
I don't like the
Fire-cured
regular ones. The sweet ones are good though. So about halfway, they get kind of metallic or something like that.
Oh, we have to stop. I was just saying turn his mic up a bit. Number 6. Yeah.
Do I just need to get really close?
Well, like,
You're just, like you said, you're
if you talk right into the
Right there.
See, that's why I had the gain up earlier.
So, just eat the fucking thing.
Yeah, if you have to. No,
Nice.
I mean, I guess I can. That's fine.
no, I'll turn this up a bit. It'll just bleed a little bit.
Okay.
Hope that's all right. Wait, that's number 5. Number 6 is what we want.
this will all be cut out and edited, right?
Well, I wish somebody would say something.
Oh, well, we can keep this going. We
Okay.
will.
I didn't know.
Yeah,
I don't
you just
fucking
jumped
know.
out and we didn't know. Sorry.
It's all right. No
You
big
can't
deal.
fucking hear it anyways. You don't have your headphones on, so what does it matter?
I'm just, well, I can now.
So I had another
So
conversation
it sounds better now.
that I'd
Has
like
to.
to strike up, and I think we have a few minutes here. And that was what we talked about earlier. Tomorrow in Ohio goes into effect to conceal and carry. As long as you can legally own a firearm, you're allowed to conceal and carry in Ohio. And I wanted to ask Tony, being a police officer, what was your angles and positions on this upcoming event?
I mean, I agree that we should all have, most people should have certain, our rights to carry firearms. I believe in that right very much. At the same time, as an officer, it was really nice knowing who had a concealed carry and then who I had to worry about.
And knowing that
now,
with them having that concealed carry, they also had classes to say that they
Right.
had training to do what they're doing.
right, and when they're telling me from dispatch that this person has a concealed carry, I feel good about it. Cool, this is a safe stop. You know what I mean? And it was everybody else that you got to be on your toes with. I mean, you got to be on your toes, period.
Right.
But
Yeah, I mean, you never know
but
who
now
actually has a gun.
it's literally the law states that anybody can conceal carry.
Any scared, crazy person that is legally allowed to own a firearm can hide it.
Right. Right. And then of course there's the whole, the people that aren't allowed to carry still, of course, those are the ones we got to worry about because they're going to carry anyways.
Which
You know
they
what I mean?
which they would anyways.
Right.
Now, let me ask you this.
Or you know what I mean?
What's the law on, like, transporting the firearms? If I'm concealing carry, can I still have my firearm loaded and in possession?
What about at
Just
work?
Okay.
If you took the class, prior to tomorrow,
Yes.
you are allowed to have your firearm loaded and ready on your side.
Okay.
In any concealed area, in your vehicle, on you.
Now, this was something
Right.
that I was curious about. Let's say back with the old law that I have my conceal and carry. Let's say I want to go over to your house and we're going to go do some target shooting. Am I allowed to throw my rifles in the back seat, loaded, locked, ready to go,
Before, no,
and drive them over here? If I have my conceal and carry,
no.
That's
I,
only-
well, you know what? I never went for my concealed carry,
right?
so I don't know the details of those stipulations. But as far as I knew, yes, the answer is yes. If you have your concealed carry, all your firearms in your vehicle can be loaded and ready to go.
Okay. I always
But
wondered that.
outside of concealed carry, the law was that you had to have your ammunition and magazines in a separate place
That you couldn't easily
from your
access.
firearm.
Right.
Right,
That
yeah,
was
you have
not
to be able to get
easily
out of the
accessible.
car.
I thought
Get to your
I thought it
drone.
was still the rule though. Like the bigger the weapon, you still had to do all that. But like it was
That's
for
well, I mean, I don't think that's a rule right now. I
See,
think
that's
that's
what I
the
don't know
I think
either.
that's what they want to make a rule.
that you
know what I
have
mean?
to transport it in separate containers.
I believe so.
I thought you already had to do that.
Not if you
Not
have a
if you have
concealed
your
carry.
See, that's,
Oh, okay.
that's what I wasn't sure of either. If you
But
had that
now-
I don't think there's a caliber limit or
well, now,
rifle size or long gun or
when you do get your conceal and carry, I do believe that whatever you're concealed and carried under, you have to register with that firearm.
that's true. Yeah, you're right. So that would make a difference.
Okay. Well,
But-
at least there's
The lifting
that,
of the concealed
right?
carry basically takes us back to the time when you could ride around with your shotgun in the back of your window,
pickup
right?
truck. That's
Right.
What, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, as far as I know, that's what it's going on. I don't know the details yet. I'll probably be briefed on that within the next week.
I would have thought you'd have already been briefed on it before
I'm
tomorrow.
not. No.
Sure, that's going to raise some shootings in the area.
Well,
Here's
No,
my,
it's-
here's my
it
question.
may,
Not
It may
necessarily.
cut them out. It may slow them down.
Like I said, not necessarily because you
But
got to
before
consider
somebody gets
the people that are ready to shoot you. It doesn't matter what the law is. They're going to do that regardless.
True.
You know,
If they
they're
want
not
to.
saying, "Oh, I'm going to carry a gun and I'm going to shoot an officer if he pulls me over." As long as I can get my concealed carry and do that. No, that's not the way it works.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, they're just gonna. That's the criminal aspect of it. They're gonna do it regardless what the law is. So, the law
Chances
changing. I mean,
Those people aren't even supposed to have guns to begin with, probably.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but look at the news.
those people are going to
You see
get
it
guns
every day.
anyway.
Yeah, you see it every day.
But you give somebody
These
with
people
that's
shooting people,
scared
and it's like,
of a
oh,
gun,
they weren't even supposed
somebody
to have
that's
a
like
gun anyway.
like, hey, you got to take this to work, or most females, that feel uncomfortable in certain scenarios where they feel like somebody's following them. Obviously, it's a good scenario, to protect yourself if somebody is following you.
I mean, you
But
still you
that's-
can't go
that's
into
one
like
of
a
the ones
gun-free
right there.
zone or
That's
nothing
one
like
of the ones
that.
that he said right there that scares
Like certain
me. There's a lot of women out there that are nervous and scared.
and always think someone's following them.
And those are the ones that's going to be carrying guns now and shooting people. Oh, I thought he was getting too close, or I thought that was a bird.
I thought maybe he wasn't really a cop.
But that's the thing is
Or
like,
a cop, yeah.
but I feel like we on this side, I guess you could say, have been pushing for more women to carry guns so that they can protect themselves.
Which
and-
I agree. I agree.
I'm
with
not-
that.
I wasn't saying it
But
was a
like,
bad
so
thing.
What
Now-
we
I'm
were
just
talking about
saying, like-
earlier with Tony, at least before, when he was pulling somebody over, that call come in, he knew that he was going to somebody who had the conceal and carry. And with that conceal and carry, that person already has the responsibility and the knowledge.
right. They're deemed that responsibility with an education,
Right.
to deem themselves.
So do you
Yeah.
think
what I
that'll
mean?
just stop? You think people will stop
Yeah.
getting their CCWs
I
altogether?
don't think it would
Yeah,
be worth it.
why get them when you don't have to pay for it?
Why
Because-
would you pay for a
Well, you-
CCW if you can just do it anyways?
Because you would get that extra like pad of protection or whatever when someone calls in and
But
says
the
he's
law doesn't-
CCW
The only
trained.
person that's padding is me.
Yeah.
Right.
Not you, like not the civilian.
Right, but-
Civilian's like, well, I don't have to pay $50 to take a class now. Cool, I can carry anyway.
Well, yeah, I mean that makes
Yeah.
sense.
You know what I
That's
mean?
exactly
Yeah,
what
but
I'm
change-
The
gonna
change
thing
do.
about it
game,
is going to
though.
be when you pull somebody over, you stop somebody that shows up if they have a concealed carry. Now it's not. You're not going to see shit. So you're
Yeah,
not gonna know.
Exactly.
And-
Yeah, yeah.
exactly. Now everybody's a hit or miss.
Yeah, you don't know
what I mean?
who's got one,
I
who's
don't
got
know.
who doesn't. At least then you
I
had
have to-
some
I-
track of some people.
Which and I'm taught to expect there's a firearm in every vehicle.
Right.
You know what I mean?
exactly.
You kind of have to
Expect the worst scenario.
Why'd we say
Jinx,
that at the same time?
Jinx, you guys owe each other cokes because I said it.
What gets me is
Because I had to say Jinx.
Is that
all
how it
across the
works?
country.
Yeah.
But
We
here's
have to buy each other a coke.
Everybody's focusing on these gun laws because of what happened in Texas at the school.
Yeah.
But you go back and look at what happened in Texas at the school. What could be stopped from this? This kid.
Nothing. The guy was already illegal.
Exactly. He was.
Like I
18.
said, we're not giving these. We're not lessening the law for the criminals. We're lessening the laws for the people who want to carry. You know what I mean?
Right.
And do it
Right.
by law.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm
because
not sure that this is
a
the
convicted
safest
felon
way
that's-
of doing it.
I
just
like
letting
concealed
anybody-
carry.
well,
that
the
seems
thing
like a
is,
better
you know,
tactic.
like one thing that changes, a convicted felon's still not allowed to own a firearm.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
That
But if
shouldn't
that
change.
convicted felon is going to carry a firearm and shoot somebody, they're going to do it regardless of what the law is.
Exactly.
watch
You can
the
get a
news.
gun anywhere, bro.
Watch the
You can
news
get a
today.
gun
Every day
anywhere.
you see that these shootings in Cincinnati and all over the place. 9 times out of 10, when you watch the news, the person who done the shooting or involved in the shooting wasn't even allowed to have a firearm because they were a convicted felon to begin with.
Right, exactly.
And it's like, okay, well, they weren't allowed to have one. How the hell did they get one?
Hey, guess what? I know of Jeff, right? Made up name.
Okay,
And he's selling a couple firearms. You know?
well, talk to me afterwards.
Exactly. That's all I'm saying. There's a guy named Jeff somewhere that's selling guns, and
saying,
somebody don't know about
Don't
it.
let you forget about it.
Here's what I want to know. So we've got this thing going in Acton, Ohio, and but what is it? How does it work if you're going to travel across state lines?
Well, as long as you're traveling to Kentucky, you're fine because it's already been
it like that?
an open
Okay.
carry law.
That's the thing. Once you travel across state lines, you need to observe what that state law
Right.
is.
Right.
'Cause
Right.
now,
Now,
you're
see-
subjected to their laws.
Right.
From my understanding,
law
that
of
is
the
where
land.
that is where there might still stand a benefit in a concealed carry license, because if you have a concealed carry in Ohio, then other states have to
Observe
at
it.
least observe it. Right. So therefore, you're not going to catch a felony going into another state.
So yeah. So
now
if you
California, all bets are off.
if you
know?
travel a lot, if you travel a lot, it's worth it to do that extra $50 and go get that class. You
Yeah,
know what
so
I mean?
your ass
Right.
is covered in
If,
other
if you do that,
states.
which I know there, I mean, there's a lot of traveling jobs.
Because
but I'm
he's
just
right.
saying.
Now that Ohio
Oh, yeah.
lifted it and you're allowed to just free carry like that,
Mm-hmm.
then you're subjected to out of state laws where if you have to have a conceal and carry to carry it, then you better go get one before you leave state if you think
Right.
you can just carry your
But
weapon.
you know, at the same time, you can probably expect that price to go up because there's going to be a lot less people doing concealed carry
yeah.
because there's not going to be the market for it anymore.
Right? Why?
You
Why
know,
do
it's
you
funny.
get concealed carry when
It's funny
freaking
you say
free?
that because back in the day, we used to travel to South Carolina and my parents traveled to Florida, and we would always stop off at the very first rest centers, the visitor centers, and if you go in there, they have the laws of the state in there. And you can read. Dad would always go in there and read up what the laws were because he always carried a pistol with us in a camper, so that he protected himself. And he would always, depending on which state we traveled through, unload it, pack it in the bag, do it the way you're supposed to. Normally, it was always ammo and weapon carried separately in separate
Right.
compartments.
Right.
And
Travel it
usually,
legally.
yeah, usually in all states, and that's just it. You know, in America, you're an American citizen. But state by state, states are individual.
Mm-hmm.
So even though you travel to another state, you're still an American, even though you're in Ohio.
Well, that's
But
anywhere.
because you're in, let's
like
say,
now.
Tennessee or Nebraska, you're subjected
about
to the
England?
laws as an American under the state laws of Nebraska
And
or
even
Missouri.
specific
whichever.
Well, that's like
towns have their own laws too, right?
Exactly what
Yeah.
I was getting ready to say. Like,
Yep.
for example, if you're driving through Illinois and you hit Chicago, you're not allowed to have a firearm anywhere in that city, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
which is amazing
Which
considering the
Considering they're the number one in the U.S. or something for shooting, I mean,
Yeah,
they're
so
way
there's,
the fuck up there.
there's another good example of, okay, we'll tell them they can't have them, but if they're going to do it, they're
they're
going
gonna
to do it.
do it all day long.
Well, because when you tell them that you're not allowed to have it, all you're doing is taking away the firearms from the law-abiding citizens that could defend themselves.
True.
To me, it's black and white. It's so easy to see, and for some reason, there's a shitload of people out
See,
there
but
that
that's
can't
the
see
thing.
It that
That's
way.
the thing is the people that don't see it that way, they see it as it's black and white. It's common sense gun laws. You know what I mean? So that's the
you
problem.
should have gun laws so these criminals aren't running around with guns anymore.
They really they literally say like it's kind of obvious. Less guns means less gun violence, right? No, if you take away the right to own a weapon,
Okay.
it doesn't matter if that convict or whatever the person that they're going to get it illegally anyways.
I agree.
They're going to use it
I
anyways.
agree.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
okay,
if-
so this is the idea. This is their whole plot, right? The idea, give everybody these laws, right? It's going to get so fucking bad, right?
You
It's
should
gonna
dye
get-
your hair blonde.
I should. It's going to get so fucking bad, though. Like, there's going to be shootings every day. The news is going to be flooded with it. There's going to be mass shootings everywhere, right? Okay?
Okay.
if
Bam.
what happens,
That's the point of not having any more guns. Take all the guns away because it got so bad.
Okay,
When
well-
you're at the top of the world, it don't matter who got guns.
Let me
You
take
got more guns.
let me take
you know what I mean?
Let me take
No.
you back.
It's. I mean, like if you're at the top of the world, you got
Okay.
$1 billion. I got plenty of guns.
But
It don't matter how big. It don't matter what you are. I got billions of dollars worth of guns. What are you gonna do?
Nothing.
You know exactly.
Pay a
so,
hitman
so it doesn't
$10,000
matter.
to
But if you
snipe
take all the rights away from people like me, like you, like everybody in this room, that's the world, bro. That's why we're so strong. It's because of our guns. Now,
Exactly.
giving them a reason and everybody to agree, wow, I wish there wasn't any guns because there's so many bad mass shootings. It's such bad shit. So let's come up with a deterrent to get rid of all guns. Gets rid of all the guns. Then we're defenseless against
Yeah.
other states, or other continents, and or other people trying to take over the America for what
That's
it is.
exactly why they've never taken over America.
But
Exactly.
that's what I believe
I'm
for
reminded-
allowing more guns.
I'm reminded of a story when we're talking about taking away our guns and the power of America, because when Japan hit Pearl Harbor,
Yeah.
it was recognized by the general that I fear that we've awakened a sleeping giant,
And they did.
and the reason they hit Pearl Harbor was strategically, but the fact of the matter is, if they hit California, the West Coast, and tried to evade America, they wouldn't have made it past California.
exactly, and that's-
Because
Surprisingly enough.
because there is more firearms in the heart of America than there is like all over the world.
If you was
You know
to
what I mean?
spread it
There's
out,
more
I
guns
think
than
the number
people.
was
Yeah, exactly.
two guns per household per capita in America.
Yeah,
That's what it averages
and that's
out.
the thing.
If
Like,
you was to take every
if-
person in America averages out to have 2 guns.
That's why this whole less guns, less violence thing is kind of bullshit, because we already have a surplus of weaponry in the United States. We have, like you said, 2 guns at least per household,
Per person.
per person.
Per
Hell,
person.
we can afford to give $300 million worth of our firearms to our enemy.
For sure. Just to make it fair.
We leave $80
Hey,
billion
this fight
behind.
isn't fair anymore. Let's help you guys out.
We felt bad.
Yeah, let's just leave $80 billion in another country because we got enough to just do that.
We don't, though. That's the thing, is we
Yeah.
don't have that
We
money.
don't have
that's
baby
just-
formula. We've got supplies running rampant off the shelf. Gas is $5
And that was
almost
just
50
in
cents.
the baby formula thing was just a United States thing too. Like in Canada, there was plenty of fucking baby formula. People were ordering it from Canada.
Yeah, I heard other countries were just dying to flood us with what they had.
Right?
It almost seems like there's something wrong with their leadership right now.
No. He's
No.
He
Give
is
him a
building,
Jacob on this
he
one.
is-
There ain't nothing wrong
He's
with that.
building back better, and there's no doubt about it.
He's making America great again.
See, even Tyler agrees.
So much
I thought he was
better.
building back China better.
No.
Well, the
Right.
China's in fine print. Of
they're
course.
involved. They're
But I mean,
involved.
don't
but
you
they're
guys-
doing-
Look,
they're doing good
don't
for
you
us,
guys
though.
love paying $5 a gallon?
No, it's all
You-
part of a
yeah,
point.
I thought
It's
it
all
was
part of a
fun.
point. Yeah,
I
we're
love-
paying the 5, and
I
then
lo-
next thing you know,
But
we're
here, I
gonna
saw
be
this on
paying
Facebook,
1.
though.
You know what
so
I
they
mean?
gave
That's
you
what they
these
said.
stimulus checks. Now they're just taking all that.
Yeah.
I love the fact that I could fill my car up with $20 and now it takes me 50.
Fuck.
Yeah,
We're catching up on debt here,
I'm
bud.
I
loving
had
it.
once-
40 cents off a gallon Thursday and still paid $76 to fill up my car.
That's
Well, we weren't relying on other world countries
I could
at
think
one
of so much
point.
more
We
I
were
could
just
have
going off
right
of
now.
our, like our storage. because Trump, he was going to open up our own shit, so we didn't have to worry about nobody.
Like the Keystone
Yeah.
Pipeline.
And then next thing you know, that actually
First
isn't
time
a
in
thing
40
anymore.
something years
So
that we were energy independent.
we lost
Is that
all
right?
of our stuff. So
Yeah, we've lost everything, and we've let everybody come in here, and we're giving them stimulus checks and supporting them.
So now we're paying the people that supported us
Yeah.
back
Now we're sending
with
money
high
to-
gas prices.
We're sending money
super
to
fucking high
Ukraine and all
gas
these
prices.
other countries while we're sitting here. I don't know.
Well, it's like-
we're biting the bullet for the rest of the world.
Yeah,
And
well,
we've
yeah.
seen this stuff coming before Trump ever even took office. You know what I mean? It's like, and I don't have anything against India, but I mean, why the fuck doesn't any American own a gas station anymore?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Because we can't afford to, because we don't get the benefits that they're getting to bring their families over here and
Start a business.
to take over a business, to start a business or take over a business, and then they can transfer ownership of that business. What is it, every 2 years or every 3 years
Something
to
like
another
that.
family member,
And
and they
no
continue
taxes.
the stimulus that they're coming at that
Yep.
is coming to their family. Plus, they get a tax break the entire fucking time.
And I guess
man.
I would
That's
really
why
support
you
a
don't
gas
have an
station,
American-
bro.
Shit, dude. Yeah, it's like, wouldn't you do the same thing?
Yeah,
If I had the
Right?
opportunity,
Yeah, why
but I
not?
don't have that opportunity.
Exactly,
Why
but
not?
we
Can
don't
you
get
look-
that opportunity.
Can you look up a statistic for me real
Sure.
quick? Look up when Donald Trump was the president, how many mass shootings did we deal with while he
Oh,
was
man.
president?
Wait, who uses DuckDuckGo?
Who uses Google, bro?
Me.
Google is a part of the system.
I did too. I did too. I used
But nobody
Google.
uses DuckDuckGo.
I do.
Shit.
They can't track you
Get
with
your shit together.
DuckDuckGo.
DuckDuckGo will give you the links that Google won't. They suppress the truth. How many mass shootings occurred? Got to use big words.
Occurred during Donald Trump.
Don't even know how to spell.
Dude,
Let's see.
what a podcast. When we come back from break, for
Oh,
sure.
shit.
I think there's been more mass shootings than Biden's been president already.
How many Bidens have been president?
No.
So-
Biden's been president for one term, which is what, 2 years, 4 years?
4 years.
Okay,
and there's
Too
been more
fucking long.
mass shootings.
so here's the thing, right? When you're talking about mass shootings, a mass shooting, like we'll look up the definition of mass shooting because it kind of puts things into perspective just a little bit because let me just look this up here.
Don't do wiki.
Most well,
Don't do wiki.
well, this one's okay. This one's fine because this is what I've heard before. Is like that.
No, I'm just joking. I'm fucking around. Do you think I don't use wiki? My God.
I don't know. I'm like, where are all these sources that you get? Like, I need you to identify your sources. So, anyways, it says that pretty much the definition. Most terms define a minimum of 3 or 4 victims of gun violence, not including the shooter. So, 3 or 4 people have to die, and then that's a
Okay,
mass shooting.
That's what I figured, more than 2.
Okay, so it says here's a
one time.
breakdown of the mass shootings between 2017 and his last year in 2020. It says there were 348 in 2017, 336 in 2018, 417 in 2019, and 615 in 2020.
Okay, can we remember them
Oh, shit,
numbers
that
and
was
now
the
look
one
up
that-
the
that
same
one they're
thing
talking about
under
was-
Biden's? Let's.
Yeah, we can- yeah,
I'd
we
like
can
to
just-
see the difference.
Ass shootings.
And if we can't pick that out, at least say school
Ass
shootings.
shootings.
At least
How many people have been shot in the ass in the last
What's probably
2
even better-
years?
We're probably looking at this wrong angle. What would be better is when Trump was president, I don't remember any school shootings.
No, there's just a lot of riots.
Parkland, right?
Was one.
There's just a lot of
Parkland?
I feel like
riots.
Was that during
Parkland
Trump?
definitely was.
That was 2018.
Am I wrong? Am I wrong though? But there was a lot of fucking riots. While
There was a
while-
lot. There was a
while
lot of
Trump was in
riots
office.
under Obama.
There was a lot of fucking college kids sitting in baby cry rooms. I know that when Trump was president.
Okay.
That was the riots was at the end of the presidency. That was
January 6th, the insurrection.
yeah, but I'm trying to think of like.
And I heard that
Seattle
they're
and-
trying to bring him up on charges.
Who, Trump?
Yeah,
They-
I
Yeah,
heard
blah,
They've
blah,
been
blah,
trying for
blah.
the last 6 years.
Yeah,
so-
blah,
so-
blah,
yeah, but
blah,
I heard
blah.
they actually come up with something that they can legally work into.
Yeah, they
bring
keep
I'm
saying
sure
that
they
shit.
did. They've been saying that shit since the whole Russia. Oh wait, you mean Russia? He didn't collude with Russia? Nope, he did collude with Russia. I was listening to an older podcast of ours, and we were talking about Hitler for some reason.
Sweet.
What was the
Sweet.
podcast?
I don't remember. Now that
Hitler.
I'm thinking about
It
it.
was
I've been
the
listening-
Hitler podcast.
I've been listening to
Do
a
you
bunch
not
of them. But
remember?
anyways, we were talking about how Hitler said if you just tell people a lie enough, they will start to believe it. I think it might have been the
Yeah.
Independence Day special. I'm not sure. That was one of the last ones I listened to. But
I do remember saying that.
right, so if that's the case,
Same way.
you know,
They're using it a lot since World War II, ain't they?
yeah.
It's like the CIA's learned a lot of shit.
They punch Russia down your throats for fucking the entire presidency of Donald Trump.
And then all
People
of a
To
believe
scare
that
you,
shit.
to
And then
scare
they
you.
had an entire trial over it, and in the Mueller report, there was no collusion. Nothing.
Did you say
That's
Moeller?
because
Did you say
Mueller.
But then here we are
Mueller.
now.
Did you just plug your
Now,
own name?
here we are now, and they're trying to bring us into World War III with Russia because of Ukraine.
That's because our parents and our grandparents have suffered through the Cold War, supposedly, that we went through.
The supposed Cold War.
Yeah.
Wasn't
we-
that a lot of like debt for us?
But the Cold War was
Well,
just
it was
bullshit,
nothing
like-
but just to
Yeah,
make
exactly.
Make
It was a
an
lot of
enemy.
bullshit. It was a lot of Kansas City shuffle. Look left, look wild.
Yeah, we've
shit's
talked
going on
about
to the
that.
right,
defending
you know?
aliens and stuff.
I was about to say we've talked about that before about what the Cold War really was.
And
possibly.
all it's really done is made generations racist and hate against Russia.
Yeah.
Does anybody really know what a Russian lifestyle is like?
Yeah, you wake up in the
Horrible,
morning.
apparently.
You wake up in the morning.
it's
You,
cold.
you got a glass of vodka waiting for you, and your cereal.
Yeah,
you got
yeah.
your
You
cereal
just pour
and
vodka in
vodka.
your cereal. You don't.
Yeah.
it's not
Why there's-
glass-
Well,
That's
no,
why
you
there's
don't.
so much
Actually,
vodka.
you
It's
take the
antifreeze,
cereal
right?
out of the equation,
be
then
honest,
you just
right.
drink vodka.
I'm 50
Oh,
years
wow.
old, and I don't know how much different a Russian lifestyle would be than an American.
More vodka.
All I know is that's all we've been told is what we've been
What
told.
is- what is a
Russia's
Russian-
bad. They're our number one enemy. Everything we've done, they try and steal. They try and do everything better than us, and they're our number one enemy. That's all I've known all my life.
Yep.
But honestly, I've never seen.
A Russian that has pissed you off?
And again,
I've never
the whole
seen a
time you're
Russian's
looking left
lifestyle.
at Russia when you should have been looking right at China.
If we're gonna be talking about
Exactly.
if we're talking
Geographically?
about Russia and we're
Exactly.
talking about Sylvester Stallone, I think there's a very prominent man, Ivan Drago from Russia, right? He was from Russia, right? And he killed Apollo Creed. So
Yeah,
what's up?
We should talk about him.
Also, don't think the camera's
Dolph-
recording anymore.
Dolph
Lundgren.
Lundgren.
Camera's not recording anymore. Yes.
I can't edit the video if it doesn't exist.
Oh God.
Not that I'm going to do that anyways, but if you wanted me to, then.
38 minutes?
All right, we're gonna go ahead and jump into the break, ladies and gentlemen. We will be right back into the show. Yo, what's up, guys? It's Jacob from Nightwalk. I just wanted to jump in the intermission real quick to remind you that if you're not following us on Twitter, you definitely should be. That's right. Hop on Twitter right now at NightwalkPod3 and give us a follow. You can tweet at us. You can DM us, feedback, suggestions, hate. Doesn't matter to us. We just want to hear from you. And if you're watching this on YouTube, thanks. You should like, share, comment, and subscribe. I know that's a lot to ask, but you know, it does take a lot to put these podcasts together. So if you could just leave a like or a comment or subscribe or share it with your friends, that is just enough for us. So we appreciate everybody who's listening, watching all around the world. Thank you guys so much. Let's get back to the show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Nightwalk. Had to take a short intermission, like we always do, but we're back. And during the break, we did a lot. We
made some decisions.
We established a lot here at Nightwalk tonight. I don't even know how to say it. You know what I mean? What do
no
I?
longer four horsemen.
It is no longer just the four horsemen anymore. We are officially, fuck it. We are officially adding Mr. Tyler Fox to the team here at Nightwalk. You've been doing film editing since we were fucking kids.
Yep.
By the way, we got to do the sequel to Aviator Assassin,
Oh, Jesus.
which is a video you can find on Facebook. It's a classic.
Every time it shows up, I share it. so.
You have to, right? And I do the same thing because it's pretty good. Let's
But
do it
our
again.
man has got
No,
skill.
let's keep talking about Aviator Assassin.
Oh,
no, I'm just
boy.
kidding. I'm
Okay.
kidding. I'm kidding.
All right.
Just promotes the shit
I
out
don't.
of it.
I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about.
You got to see that one
Okay.
next.
Yeah, that's the next one we're gonna watch. So, yeah, you went to school for this shit too, didn't you?
Yeah, I went to Cincy State for 2 years, but I mean, I had experience prior to that, so home movies.
And you all know how there's a lot of short film festivals and like things like that. Well, our man here has done something, and we'd like to bring that
Yeah,
for
so-
everybody to watch, because this is why he's here.
And we like independent films.
Gosh damn helicopter outside.
Yes.
Yeah.
We do like independent films, and explain a bit like what this movie is. Like, how did it come about? Like, what is it?
So, you're asking what the short, how it came about?
Yeah,
So the-
just kind of like where did it all?
So the short film was actually a series I was writing for about a year, and when it came to that they were going to do this film festival, I said, everyone's like scrounging for ideas, and I said, hey, I got this series that I wrote. I just kind of went back into the archives and pulled it out, and said, let's do this, and everyone was like, yeah, I'm on board. And so we pulled that out of the archives and I think I had wrote maybe 3 episodes. So we took those and cut them down, and then, wrote an ending to that would make sense, because I had wrote 3 episodes. I wrote like the first 2, and then I wrote the very last one because I knew how I wanted it to end.
Right on.
And so I said, let's
But
redo that.
In
So-
this film festival, you only had a limited amount of time that you could perform everything that you wanted to perform, correct?
Right. So, and this is Fright Film in Cincinnati, and it's been going since 2019. I think they're doing it this year too.
Sweet.
We're not signed up for it or anything. I haven't done it since. We only did it 1 year. But they said, you got to do a film in 13 minutes, because 13 is the unlucky number.
Right.
Right.
So
Right.
perfect.
That's what.
So
Horror
perfect.
film, yeah.
No triskaidekaphobia around this bitch.
So then they say, hey, you got to have a prop, which was a rope, and this is not 2019. You got to have a prop. It's a rope. You got to use a quote. We used the one from Jaws. Smile, you son of a. But he's a smile, you son of a bitch in our movie. But then you also had to have what was it? Something else, and I can't remember. I told you guys what it was earlier, but now I can't recall.
POV,
Yeah, POV shot.
Okay.
So
the point of view, yes.
see if you can pick it out when we watch it.
Yeah.
So,
It's actually kind of similar to what they can see right now.
Yes.
if you're sitting in the corner, you can see where we're
It's like,
sitting.
You might see it.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it was a fun thing to do. We got a bunch of people from college to do different roles, and lots of good people worked on that movie. So
So,
Hell
do we
yeah.
make a cut right here, and this is where they can view this film?
Yeah.
so
So
let's roll the film.
Yeah, let the audience enjoy this.
let's do it.
report of movement in the window of the abandoned house on Charleston Lane. Also, caller hung up on the phone and can no longer be reached.
Them damn kids again. $12.35s en route.
Brentwood Place, make yourself known. Brentwood Police, make yourself known.
Nathan, did you get the English homework done?
Yeah, I think so. I think I've got it back here.
Hold on, you guys can't share homework. You'll both get detention.
Shut up. Hey, what do you think happened in that house? It's always giving me the creeps.
I heard that Max said that.
Bullshit.
When was the last time Max said anything remotely true? Last week? He said that he made out with Jess Sinclair.
You know she's a senior, right?
I know. That's why it's bullshit.
Oh, God.
What you doing? Nothing.
Hey, come on. You'll be late.
Come on. Come on, Phil. Don't you want to go in? You wanted to earlier.
No, look at the police tape. What if we get in trouble?
Guys, cut it out. We all know that Philip's not going in there.
Fine.
Trev, what the hell are you doing?
If Phil's not going in there, I am. And I'm going to figure out what happened.
Listen. Listen! I'm not letting anyone go in there. If anyone goes in, we're all going in together. And we're not going to get caught. We'll sneak out tonight and we'll break in. And I'll prove to you it's just a house. And that's it.
Guys, I don't think we should go in there.
Come on, Philip. It's just a house.
Quit being a little bitch.
Trev, cut it out. Well, you going in?
Guys, I don't think we should be in here.
Alright, Philip, it's just a house.
What was
Guys?
that?
I think we should leave.
It came from over here. Whoa, did you see that? What is chair? There's no turning back now. Talk about the story of a lifetime. Come on, guys, let's just keep going. So many bugs. Whoa. What the hell is this? What happens in this place? Is that blood?
For part of us went with you from the day God called you home.
What the hell does that mean?
Guys? What's that?
What's what?
Get out of my way! Go! Go! No, 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 no!
I don't think it won't open. Nathan, the window, quick!
God. Dude, it's stuck. It won't open.
I got it! Let's get out of here!
Hey! Smile, you son of a bitch! No, Nathan!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Nightwalk. So that right there that you just saw was Tyler's film. What's the title of that film?
So that movie is called Darkness Awakens.
Darkness Awakens. Hope you guys enjoyed that for sure. We
It was
watched it.
definitely scary.
Yeah, it had a very eerie vibe. The soundscape in it was really what,
Thank
the,
you.
the
That's
movie.
Yeah, the audio was.
It really brought it to
really
life.
on point.
Because there wasn't like other than like a couple scenes, there wasn't like a whole lot of dialogue in the movie. You know what I
Right.
mean? It was more.
So we really worked hard. Merlin, it's Jesse Williams, but we call him Merlin because he's like a wizard.
And I mean, yeah, we should definitely shout out some of the other people.
Yeah,
that
Yeah,
were involved.
definitely.
Jesse Merlin Williams, he was our sound guy. He was actually on set the whole time. We had some sound equipment. We had a boom mic and everything. He was on the production recording with a boom mic, all the audio and all that stuff.
So he was your gaffer or whatever.
No, he was our sound guy.
Okay.
But then he went and did.
Can I give a personal shout out? Like one of my favorite characters,
Yeah.
the freaking officer, man. He was on point. I mean,
Of course.
like I felt that vibe. You know what I mean?
So maybe he was typecasted, but that was my dad. And we wrote him as the new officer in the town. He just gets the really shitty call.
yeah.
And then kind of ends up getting the hatchet, but it was his only ever, that's the only thing he's ever done, in acting, is that fucking role. And so
Well, I
he,
tell you what, as an officer, he played it perfectly.
we got an award for best supporting actor. He won that, and then we also got nominated for best sound design for what Jesse did, and then. The year after that, Yu Shen Chu, she was our editor, and she's awesome. She did such a good job, and all the effects and all that. She even went into After Effects. She didn't have to do all that shit, and she went into After Effects. And I know what it takes to have to rotoscope fingers out. You have to go every single frame. You have to push a frame and then change it for every time it moves.
The smoke
Like-
vibe coming
Yeah,
in.
every
and-
time he's when he's summoning that thing, you have to rotoscope the fingers, and that's a single frame every time she has to change a pin point.
Yeah, and think about how many frames there are in that one scene of.
And we were shooting at 24 frames a second, I think. So
Yeah, so that's a lot.
going on.
a lot of
Wow.
time that she had to put into it. But she did a very good job. And so the year
Yes.
after we did that film, they did an award for special effects. So we kind of missed out on that. But
Well, who was in charge of, when I noticed, when they was in the one room, it was all red. And then they changed to another.
Oh yeah,
So-
the color schemes and stuff.
Yeah, the way that color blended from room to room was
So-
very impressive.
oh, thank you. So when we wrote that, I think we wrote it in our script as a direction, but also some of it was we had all these gels when we were on set, and we're just fuck it, man. So a lot of it, I mean,
That's when some of the
worked.
best shit comes out. That
Yeah, it
exactly,
worked.
it worked.
Fuck it, let's try it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, so we had we bought these lights. Corey, he was he was the director. He did all the camera operating and all that. We told him what we wanted, but he was the one that was doing the shots. And so he bought these lights, and I bought the gels, and we just clip them to the lights. And so we did.
Such an artistic scope to come up with those ideas, though. I really like that, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm
very
so
much,
glad you brought
you
that
know.
tonight for us to view and bring to our
course.
audience. That's something so different, and hopefully it'll bring in new listeners, new viewers. That's great. That's awesome. That was very impressive, I think.
Yeah,
you,
that's
thank
and
you.
and the fact that you put it into a festival for it to be. I mean, that's
we
cool
would
as
never
fuck,
have
dude.
made that movie if it wasn't
So-
for Fright Film. So shout out to Fright Film.
Definitely,
Also.
Yes,
we
thank
should
you,
we
Fright
should
Film.
go there this year.
Go Fright Films.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Is it just is that like
So
talk
you
a little
can-
bit about Fright Film?
So you can find them on Facebook. Fright Film is Jeff Winkleman and something Timmerman. I can't remember the other guy. I have to edit that part out. But so
That's all right, you can.
yeah, you can.
Fright Films is a couple guys from college. One of them is Jeff Winkleman. He was a professor for editing and After Effects. And I think he came to college and he's like, we're doing this film festival if anybody wants to do it. And so we signed up and paid to waive, all the fees and all that. And I mean, it was awesome. But they're still doing it. They missed out a year on COVID
Of course.
And then
Everybody
they
did,
also
yeah.
do another one. I don't think they're not doing it this year, but it's called Fright Right, and you don't have to make the film; you just have to write the film. They're not doing it this year. I don't know why, but Fright Film is a thing. We're not signed up, of course. We haven't done a film since 2019. So
Damn, that's shitty.
Why not? Just life.
we all lost. I mean, like we're still friends, but we don't talk anymore. We just lost connection. So
Yeah, man. Yeah, you guys definitely did a very good job. You guys
Thank
working
you.
together. You guys
Appreciate
really
it.
executed that well.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
That's all good.
and I would like to shout out, just to say to all of our viewers that we have now, look forward to a lot better content because you see
Yeah.
what this man is.
This is Tyler. Tyler is officially our producer now.
well, thanks. I don't know about all that, but I'm
You
just
are.
here to do this.
You are. You are.
He's definitely
now,
our editor.
Now the thing is like this isn't gonna take effect like immediately. Like the changes are kind of gonna be gradual. There'll be gradual changes. You'll see things as we progress and stuff like that. But we
we
wanted
can-
to definitely introduce him in as a part of the crew now. So
Right, and we can see what he's capable of, and we can see like the growth spectrum is going to be a lot better than what we've been seeing.
Better than we've been doing.
yeah.
And
Can I give some shout outs to
Of
the people
course.
that worked on this? So
Oh yeah, no doubt.
yeah, for sure.
just all the people that we worked on the movie with. It's Jacob Finn, Yushin Chu, Corey Smith, Jesse Merlin Williams, Aiden Poe, Bailey Tucker, Tyler Newberry, all those people. This movie would not have happened if we didn't have everybody. So
Shout out to all you guys.
Yes, definitely.
Yes.
It definitely
Great
takes
job.
every one of them.
Great job.
Everybody plays a key part, and I love that
Thank you
shit,
for the
man.
content.
That little film, that short film was
Absolutely.
fucking. It was cool, dude.
It
That
was
shit is
yeah,
so
I mean,
cool.
so different.
It brought you in. You felt the vibe. I mean,
You got sucked into it and felt it. Yeah, the music, the color, everything.
And
draws you
the
in with it.
the entity itself, like it looked great.
So that
shit
was
looked great.
actually just a morph suit. It
That's
was
what
Bailey Tucker. It was just a black morph suit, and then
I only
then After
could see
Effects.
it at the end.
Yeah, yeah.
at the
You know what I mean?
at the end it was very obvious. But we used this black
Right.
morph suit, and then we bought these gloves that had these nails on them, like they were just these weird ass nails, like it was just two pieces. So we put them together. I said, "You got to put these over the costume." And some of the nails started falling off because it was a shitty. I think it's like you got it from Wish.
well, that's something that's so iconic about what you guys did is the fact that it was very low budget, obviously, and you only had 13 minutes to produce all of this.
To tell a story,
And keep
build
that
the
concept.
story,
Tell an entire
and,
story.
and
You know
wrap
what I
it
mean?
up all at the end. I mean, it was like that's not easy. Not anybody can just do that.
It was not easy, and I'll tell you, like the first time that Yushin brings this edit to me, I'm sitting in After Effects class, and she shows me the movie, and I'm like, "Holy shit!" Like it was like I was amazed at all the work that she had done. Like I think she stayed up all night just to do the effects.
Wow, man, that's
And
awesome.
So
It's like-
shout out to Yushin
My lord.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
for sure. That's really good work.
Yeah, that
Well,
was
yeah,
awesome.
and a shout out to you for bringing that to us. That's,
Yeah.
thank you.
And a shout out to you for coming out tonight and being a part of
Yes,
this. And
of
now,
course.
I mean, I feel like this podcast, we could do great things.
Well, I hope so.
Hopefully, we're
I'd like
looking
to.
for bigger, better things. Yes,
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
better content.
I believe so.
So, with all that, should we go ahead and wrap it up for the evening, or
Do we got
You're only
anything else
at
to talk about?
Put a bow on it, bud.
Put a bow on it.
Shall
Put it
we?
on their Christmas tree,
Put
bud.
a fucking
Right.
bow on it, bud. Put it on the
I
fucking
mean, that
Christmas
was an
tree.
awesome video.
Yeah.
It's been a very good night. We've had a great time here tonight.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning in to another edition of Nightwalk. We appreciate your support every single week. We love you. And yeah, man, thank you, Tyler, so much for coming on tonight. Thank you
Thanks for having me.
yeah, and thank you for I was literally just gonna hope that you were just gonna give me some tips on this whole editing thing, and then you come in like bring me in. Like let's do
Well,
this shit.
hey, man.
And
You brought
that
us
is
a whole
more than I
show.
could have asked, man. So shout out to
I
you.
love that.
Shout out
sure.
to Tyler the Wizard. Tyler
sure.
the Wizard. Yes, sir. It's not going to be the last time you hear that, ladies and gentlemen. So, yeah, thanks for listening, everybody. Thank you, Tyler. I love you guys. This is Nasty Caliber signing on a Nightwalk. Good night.
Tyler
Hey,
the
it's
Wizard
Big T.
signing off.
Yeah.
Nice.
Tyler the Wizard, yes.
Got it.
All right. Big T. Yeah, Happy to talk to you all, folks, again. Can't wait to talk to you again. Good night.
Tyler, thanks for coming.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
Hey, glad you came because what would we be now? we would be the same podcast that was a week ago, or 2 weeks ago.
Exactly.
You know, now we're different. So thanks for coming. Love you guys. Freaking podcast.
Looking
Hell
forward to
yeah.
a lot more.
I'm out. Peace. Dirt Rooster, Pete, the sensei, the villain, thank you for listening. Please send in some comments. Tyler, thanks for coming out tonight.
Thank you for
Made our
having me.
show. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll talk to you next week.
Ooh, later.